Hi. Anyone trading oil, oil futures or whatever they're doing, is going to be looking at this area here, whereas obviously the low that we had in 2009, 2008, 2009, and this is where anyone looking to buy oil is going to be extremely interested in doing so, and they're going to be watching the price very, very closely. Other places where price will be watched extremely closely is down here again, where we have this high, price breaks it and then shoots on up. And the decision to do that is down around 30. I'm hoping that price doesn't go there because I might not have a job any longer, and a lot of people in my industry won't have a job any longer if it does, because it will scare people considerably. But at the moment, it's still keeping above this level here. So on shorter time frames, which is where people who are trading with, let's say, less than the capital of a country, you're going to see where things are happening, and I'm tripping over my words, on the shorter time frame. Here, because prices drop below, sorry about the crosshairs, I'm doing that so you can see where my cursor is. Because prices drop below this more local low, which is in the last year or so, it will have scared people out, I guess, but also it's a reason why, or a reason for shorter term speculators and traders to look for reasons to go short in the market, as opposed to looking for longs, which you can also do, but it would be from further down here and maybe down into the 30s for people to really dump in a lot of money. And you know that from talking to people in the industry. Everyone talks about $30 being like a real puke point, I guess you would call it, using an Americanism. Going down to a much closer in chart, so I'm going to go down to an hour chart. I'm going to turn off this cursor as well because it drives me nuts. Here is a previous high. Let me just circle that so people can see where it is. So here's a previous high. Let me zoom out again to the daily chart. I have actually marked that in here. So here's a daily chart. I'm going to go to a 4 hour. Sorry, I haven't planned this. I'm just chatting away. So here's a point where price has shot up, a really strong move up, and yet it's dropped away. As it's dropped away, it's spiked up. It's come up and it's come up and it's come up, and it's anyone who was selling, their sell orders here have been taken out. So it was very easy for price to move back up through this area. I'm moving the cursor through here, and you see that it does just that. This will sound familiar for anyone that's watched anything else that I've done video-wise. Let me just check this is actually recording. I think it is. Yeah. So if I look closer in at this where the circle is, what traders look for, or the way markets move, it's one and the same, I guess, are areas where prices has been held up. So looking closely here, you see there's a very strong move up here. So real momentum comes up, and it has a pause right there, and this is extremely important. So this paused area here, where it kind of has a think and stops there and goes up again. So it carries on up. Now, this is a very significant point. If the market comes down and it breaks below this is a real signal that it might change and go the other way. Now, it can do this, and then of course it can continue upwards, but in this case it doesn't. After it breaks below this point, it only gets as far as this. Now, this is the fight between the bulls and bears, I guess, happening. Those who are buying and those who are selling. And a very important point is here, which is as far as the buyers managed to get before selling took over and price dropped away. And because of this strong move up and the pause and the continue, it means that this point here is really significant, because this is where a real change in sentiment or value or whatever you like of the market has happened. And it doesn't matter if it's apples or apple or oil or whatever it is. It makes this point up here, where that fight was finally lost, very important. There's some other important points in there as well. This one here is also has some significance, but I'm not going to really go into that right now. So if I now zoom out, go to a 4-hour chart, and you can see that just when price comes back up to this area, that's where selling starts again. It's where the sellers won before, and it's where either they're going to win again, or price will quickly come through here, sit around there and take off again, and the buyers will take over. And that's the way that the markets flip-flop all the time. And you see here it's dropped again pretty hard, right back down to the 48, 49 marks, which is where it was before. And this will happen on a 1-minute chart, it will happen on a monthly chart, hourly chart, whatever. It's all the same stuff going on all the time.